How to make money online with AI-created digital products. Yeah, I'm sure you've seen all the videos. $4,700 a month, $10,000 a month, $100,000 a month with digital products. And a lot of these videos are leaving things out, not telling the truth, or are outright scams. So today, we're going to cut past all the junk and show you what really works, starting with my first digital product sale back in the year 2000. I remember it like it was yesterday. And since then, I've made millions of dollars selling digital products online. Some of them I've created almost entirely with AI. And today, we're going to pull back the curtain and show you exactly how I come up with the ideas, create the products, get the money, and everything. Why? Because I'm tired of seeing all these videos leading people astray or selling super expensive courses just to get you to sell, the same course. More about that in just a minute, because today I'm going to show you a method that actually works. But this isn't for the faint of heart or people looking to be entertained. This video is actually going to be kind of boring, but I'm going to show you everything you need to know to get started. We're going to show you exactly how to come up with the ideas, build everything, so that you can go out there and start a business for yourself. So if you're excited to learn the ins and outs of how to make a digital product business with AI so you can make money online, smash a like button and let's go to work. All right, so let's dive in. First of all, let's talk about digital products and how they work. When I first came across digital products, it was the year 1998. I was selling computers at the local Staples store, and this client came in. He was a lawyer, and he was super excited about selling $12 items online. And me, being who I was back then and not understanding business, I was like, why would this lawyer who makes a bunch of money be excited about $12 sales? And he was ready to quit his law job and actually run the whole show. And back then he had this site that was selling like 5 or 10 different packages of these legal forms, and it worked really well. I actually went on to buy the website, and that's why one of my business names is PC Money Making today, because back then he had the legal forms one, and I thought that was a pretty cool name. Now, how this works is actually very simple. What he did was package some products. They were text files at the time, and he put them in a zip folder and sold them as a product. Back then, I think he was using PayPal or something like that. I've done this with ClickBank, PayPal, and many other things, including regular merchant accounts. So this is something that works extremely well. The market size is pretty much unlimited because there's so many people buying different products and they want the outcome that the product gives them. This is super important because when we go into the part where we talk about what value is, this is where you're going to start to understand marketing from a different standpoint and what actually works and how to make money. Now, before we get into that and show you some of the examples, we're going to go through and show you examples from people that are making money and everything like that. What I want to do is show you some of my examples and how I'm using this. This is super important. And before we get into that, I want to give you a warning against PLR, MRR, and courses that are designed to sell courses. Private label rights, or PLR, is basically where you buy the rights to a product and sell it. This can work well if done correctly. More about that in a minute. MRR, which is master resale rights, which means you buy the product to be able to sell to other people who want to sell the product. So it's kind of like a round robin where you get the rights and you sell the rights and everyone's selling the same thing. This is something that got really popular in Instagram and Facebook and a lot of TikTok type videos where people are like, hey, I built this product and you can go sell the same product to make money. This has some issues with it we're going to talk about, and we're going to talk about why they have issues. First of all, the MOB case. This was the My Online Business Empire, where a guy basically came out with a high-priced course where you'd come in and you just pay $47 and then $2,000, and pretty soon you were in the thing like 15 grand. And at the end, he was like, well, go sell my product and get other people to pay 15 grand and I'll give you a cut. This was kind of a shady business, and the FTC actually came down on it pretty hard, and that's why I never promote stuff like this, because at the end, it's not really serving a market, it's just a scheme, and we're going to talk about that in detail. Some other ones are Legendary Marketer, where again, it's kind of like the main focus is on selling the product, and the product might be good, but if the main channel is to sell it to get more people to sell the product, well, then you're not actually making it about the product. And in the FTC and in the business stuff, when they come down on network marketing or multi-level marketing, which is where a lot of these would fit, what they're doing is they're saying, is there actually a legitimate product that people are buying because they want the product, or are they buying it just because they want to sell the product? My buddy Frank had a run-in with this where he was talking about PLR, where he would sell PLR back in 2006 or 5, I think it was. And the FTC was like, okay, well, you're just selling this to get other people to sell it, and at the end of the day, it's not really going to work. Now, he went on to become a very legit marketer since then, but again, looking at that, there's a huge warning to these master resale right people and these stand store people that are popping up everywhere saying, I'll teach you to make money, buy my course, and then sell my course so that you can make money. Again, that is kind of a junky business opportunity. What we're going to talk about today is legit businesses that you can make, making simple things with AI that help people in a market that's untapped. Because what's going to happen here is when you buy these products to sell other products, like, Mobe or something like that, what you're going to see is that there's not really that much value, and it's so competitive that there's no room for anyone else. Like if you're going into the make money market, I mean, these people have been in it for years, and basically what a lot of people are doing is just spam. They're just spamming, oh, here's how much I made, here's how much I made, and by sheer volume, people are like, oh my God, I need to do that. That must work really well. However, what they're not seeing is behind the curtain of the people that fail. And if you were to look at the expired domains for stuff like Make Money With, you could see just today, 589 domains with Make Money With. There's another one, which is very popular, Earn With Bob, or whatever it is. These domains, 1,000 expired today. Another one, The Affiliate. A lot of people are like, hey, I'm whatever, The Affiliate, and they try to promote themselves as an affiliate marketing company, but at the end of the day, it is just an MLM in disguise. There's 394. So there's like almost 2,000 domains just today on the list that are expiring, which means they either are not keeping up with it or don't want to pay the $9 to keep it, which means they're not making any money. So the vast majority of people don't make money. Even with what I'm going to teach you today, the vast majority of people don't make money because they just don't get it, or they don't stick to it long enough, or whatever it is. But we need to understand exactly what's going on and look at where the money actually is. We want to stay away from these problematic businesses and things like that. And again, there's some of these, like, I don't know if they have good products or not. I'm just commenting on, okay, joining a business to get other people to join the same business. If the product isn't up to par and people aren't using it, we need to watch out for stuff like that, and we need to understand exactly what's going on. So when we get into how to stay legit, the Marcus style, we need to be transparent. We need to sell tools, not dreams. We need to provide genuine value. Avoid money claim hooks like, hey, you're going to earn this much money or whatever. Instead, say something like, here's how this product helps you. Substantiate everything, build traffic assets, promote independently verified offers, and stay off pay to promote models. This is where, you're going in and you're like, okay, I'm going to buy this product to go sell this product or whatever it is. What we need to do is we need to look at legit affiliate marketing, selling real value to real customers. Stay away from problematic schemes where you're selling income dreams. The safest formula is provide value first, honest marketing, transparent disclosure, and real customer benefit. When we look at this, what we're going to do is use AI to build this whole thing out. It's actually ridiculously straightforward, and I want to show you how this works and how to promote it. First of all, what we're going to do is we're going to be like this octopus here, where we are out there using AI to gather data for all the things that we are going to make money with. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to find an easy gap. We're going to try to find a gap in the marketplace that people need help with. This is super important because you can actually use AI to do this whole thing. I actually went through with AI here. Let's go into my regular account, and I'll show you some of the examples of some tools that I looked up. First of all, we're going to go through and we are going to look at this one with digital product keyword list. Now, what I did is I had AI come up with this giant list of digital products. You can go through and see like lesson plans. There was stuff about law of attraction. There was stuff about like manifestation worksheet, visual planners, affirmations, things like that, where we could go through and we could see, okay, these are legit things that people want. These are things based on actual real stuff like resume templates. Right now, there's a lot of people looking for jobs. That would be fantastic. Or even spreadsheets or surveys or something like that, that is an actual value that we can create. Now, when you go through and you look at something like grocery list, okay, that's going to be a little bit difficult of one because we're going to have to prove value before they actually buy something to be able to do a grocery list. However, that is something we can look at. Or business plan template. Right? That tells me, okay, what is the intent behind someone searching for that? They want to start a business. They need a template for a plan. They really don't know where they're going, but it does tie to something that has a lot of money. Now, going through even more, you could see there's like some kind of Kanban board or something like that. All kinds of different things like this where we're seeing, okay, these are people that actually want real world stuff that is going to help them. So if we can go through and we can understand what's going on here, and we could say, okay, what kind of keywords are people looking up related to this stuff? And of course, Ahrefs doesn't want to work properly right now, but we can see exactly what's going on and find those keywords. Now, when we go through, what we're going to do is we're going to use AI and think about what people would need. So it's actually very simple. And I'm going to show you actual examples of how this works. Because if we go here and we look at like manifestation worksheet or something like that, you can see that it does have people looking it up. And we can even go a step higher and say, okay, tell me about this and other keywords or worksheets these people might need. And what this will do is it'll show us, okay, in the manifestation niche, what kind of worksheets and things would they want? So they want goal clarity, belief shifts, visualization prompts, and all of this stuff here. And you can actually go through and see like, okay, self-love journal prompts, relationship vision board template, or even like vision board template. That's the kind of thing where we can go through and see what people are looking up and what we can do with it, right? If we do vision board template, right, like this, you could see this one has like 13,000 searches a month. 35 if you do all the keywords globally, which means, hey, yeah, this has a good market tied to it. So I could go over here and I can open a new ChatGPT and I could start to ask it questions right like this. So let's go through and say, vision board template, tell me what these people might want. And it'll go through and it'll help me understand, okay, what kind of things do they want for their vision board? And now I can start to visualize the vision board, right, in a different way and start to understand exactly what's going on. So as I go through here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to find an easy gap in the marketplace. Whether it's like my guy back in the day found the legal forms people wanted, I wouldn't get into that one unless you're a lawyer, but we can do something simple like a vision board template or a flow chart or something they can use to help them manifest, or even like calculators or things like that. And when we go through and look at this giant list that AI came up with, like budget planners or Facebook ad copy, social media template, stuff like this is really good because it ties to things that make money, or even like a social media hook generator for getting good videos out there and stuff like that. And we start to understand this in a different way where we're now looking at this and saying, oh, now I see this market, and now I see not just a keyword, but something I can actually create and work. And what we're going to do is we're going to look at where online value lies. I think a lot of gurus really mess up when it comes to teaching what value is, because they're like, just provide value, but they don't tell you what it is. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at what the online value is so that you can create stuff and then be out there like that octopus and find things and gather things for your purpose. This is a very, very strategic method. It's all about strategy, not theory, not hope. This is stuff that actually works if you follow along and understand it. Now, it takes work, and obviously people trying to make money online, the vast majority make nothing, but we're going to understand, okay, what is value? How do I provide it? And how do I build a business around it? First of all, there's several different types of value, like financial value, save money, make money, increase ROI, or time value. Can I save time, simplify tasks? This would be like prompts. People wanting different prompts or things like that. I have a business in prompts right now. That's one we're going to go through and show you. Or simplify tasks or whatever. Outcome value, whether getting desired result faster, reducing effort, improving accuracy. mindset value, like the law of attraction, vision stuff, or even like reducing stress, anxiety, boosting confidence or motivation. These are all things that can have value both on the free side, which is where you would market your tool, and then on the paid side where you're actually selling your tool. This would be very, very important because we're going to put them together at the end. Next, practical utility value like organization, structure, or decision support. Emotional like belonging, community, inspiration, aspiration, or entertainment. Knowledge value like learning something new or staying informed. Security value, like feel safe or protected, like a virus software or something like that. Personal growth value, self-improvement, skills, transformation, and change. Social or ethical, supporting a cause. Or aesthetic, creative value, like a visual template or an art template or something like that. Understanding that all the stuff that you do online with digital products fits into one of these is very, very important. And I'll have this list over at AIProfitScoop.com so you can get that list and print it out. Very important stuff. We need to do that. Now, what we're going to do next is we are going to mine the data. This is super important. What we're going to do is we're going to go to AI and we're going to use this data to create things that would help this market. Let me show you how this would work. Let's say I wanted to go into this vision board niche product map. Now let's go through and say, now based on this, what are 100 tips or strategies people use on their vision board and why? See how what we're doing is we're having the AI go out there and get the information in a very, very, very straightforward way. This is super, super important. So we're going to go through and we could see add categories, top 3 priorities, write I am statements. And this is all stuff that you could actually include in your product. So if I was doing prompts, I could say now let's start with 1 through 20. And watch this. This is going to show you how to do this in a crazy good way. Start with 1 to 20 and make a little TXT worksheet for each one. So now it's going to go through and it'll have like a little worksheet with let's do instructions, right, like that. And what it's going to do is it's going to do a worksheet with instructions. So now we have below are the first 20 worksheets, vision board categories, top 3 priorities, on and on we go. Now make them more robust with instructions and tips and follow-throughs and quotes and recommended books on each, right? Now I could pack this with my Amazon affiliate and sell a bunch of books, or even Audible affiliate or something like that. So now we're going to go through and it'll do a very robust example of each. And ChatGPT does a really good job of this. I'm going to show you some other AIs that work as well. What we're going to do is we're going to look for lists, tips, strategies, glossary terms, etc. Tools they can use, all different kinds of things that we can go through and start to understand about our niche. Now, when I go through and mine the data, I'm going to use tools like Manus, which is my favorite, for this, and I'm going to show you why in just a minute. I'm going to use Claude, Gemini, or ChatGPT, which for this is actually my least favorite. Now, when I go through and use something like Manus, like this example here, I went through and said list 250 simple digital downloads and products like planners, calculators, templates, form packs, etc. What you're going to see here is going to shock you and help you understand exactly what's going on, because this is how we do it in the real world. When we get a list like this, what we're going to do is we're going to mine the data. So I have a list of like all these different digital products. Now, how many of you guys, you want to make money online with digital products with AI, but you don't know where to start? So this list already of 250 products that I had Manus create already has value. I could give that away, and I will. I'm going to have that over at AIProfitScoop.com. Now, what I'm going to do next is very important, because I'm going to take this list, and then I'm going to say, now create detailed JSON prompts for each of the 250 digital products. So what is this going to do? This is now going to serve the digital market world where people can type in the prompt and get a detailed example of whatever they want to do. Look at this. This is absolutely amazing, because now in planners and templates, we have all these different prompts. And it even went through and got a README, like a overview instruction kind of deal like that. and it packaged all of them as a zip file. So now people could go through and they have 250 different digital product prompts they can use. So let's say they wanted to go for maybe, let's say, hobbies and crafts. And we have something like woodworking plans or crochet or even piano sheet music. This has a custom JSON prompt they can use where they could literally go to ChatGPT like this, and let's open a new one, new chat right over here. And I can say, I want to make basic piano printables or digital products. And what this will do, instead of just getting a generic output, this is going to go through and it's going to give you a total rundown of how you would start that, right? So product line examples: start simple, scale fast. Beginner printable, 10-minute piano warm-ups for busy adults. Format PDF and MIDI. So now it has all of this stuff here, which is giving you a specific strategic direction for this one product. And this could be done in anything. Like, let's say you're in, love letters or programming or anything, really. You go through and it's going to have them for every single one. And as you can see, what Manus is doing is it's breaking it down and giving me all of them, right? If I go into like fitness or something like that, let's go into the fitness ones. You can see here, we go into fitness. And this took about 2 hours for Manus to make, but I think it was actually really good. Let's do fitness. I think it had under health, wellness, and fitness. We can do, let's do medical information or a food journal. There you go. So you have food journals and stuff like that, which again, what we're doing is we're tying this into what people are looking up. And obviously it is our job to make sure that the AI does good work and doesn't give any garbage or anything like that. But going through here, we could see people are interested in how to do a food journal. This is stuff that could work extremely well. What we're going to do is we're going to use the AI to mine that gold, right? Going through and saying, okay, can I start with this prompt of food journal stuff? Okay, so let's do this. Let's start a food journal business with digital products. This will go through and it'll map it out. And then I could say, now list 150 food journal tips to stay on track. And thinking different of like, what would this look like as a total product? Can I make audios? Can I make, things to read? Can I make an app? Can I make something that's going to help these people in a very, very, very specific way? Starting to understand this is key because now I have this entire rundown of how it would work, and I can have AI go in and make custom stuff for each one. I could have it make a slideshow. I could have it make literally anything I want. And that's where we go through, and we're going to be like the octopus, which is out there getting all this data and all this stuff and understanding our market in a specific way. So again, mining the data, list tips, strategies, glossary, prompts. What can I do? Images, ideas, thoughts, worksheets, all kinds of things that we can make. Then what we're going to do in step 3, once we have our idea, is we're going to create the marketing. Now, it's very important that we create the marketing first, because what we're going to do is we're going to make an MVP or minimum viable product out of the marketing. Why would we do this? Why would we start with marketing? This doesn't make any sense. Why would you sell a product before you have the product? Well, we're not going to sell it. We're actually going to get the audience for it. Because if I can go through and make content about all these different food strategies or food, whatever it is, right? What was this one? The food journal tips. Now I'm going to build an audience for it. And as I build the audience, I'm going to build the product because we're going to build on each of these. Does that make sense to you? Say make sense as a comment below, because this is super important. And as you see, this is what we're doing with the digital product prompts. This is literally a product. I can go through and I can make this work, and I'm actually going to add it to my personality prompts course business that I'm doing right now, right? So I could just literally download this, and there's a reason I had it create them in TXT format. More about that in just a minute. Pay close attention. This is how the business works. If you appreciate this, smash the like button and let me know, and check out my other stuff because we teach this all the time. Now, creating the market, we're going to go through and say what is helpful, what is overlooked, what is systemizable, what can be reframed, and what can be turned digital. Let's just ask ChatGPT, what we could do with this market here. So right here, let's just paste it in there, right? It's going to say what's helpful, awareness of food, mood connection. Hey, that's pretty good. Simple guided tracking, progress reflection, fillable digital version, so like an actual software or something like that, printable digital combo. What is overlooked? I mean, do you guys see how this is understanding the market in a different way? This isn't about going out there and selling sell this to make money, blah, blah, blah. This is serving a market where the real money's at. And as an affiliate marketer, as a business owner, this is where you're going to find the ideas and strategies that actually work. Going through and looking at this. And if you're seeing the difference in giving ChatGPT a prompt that's going to give you a business versus a prompt that's just going to spit out ideas that everyone has, let me know. Smash that like button. Tell me as a comment below that you're getting this and you want more videos like this where we go into strategy, even though it's boring, and we give you something that actually works in a real world way. Starting to understand this is key. And now we are getting a full-on business strategy behind this. Now, when we do this, it's very important that in step 4, we go through and we get a website and hosting. Why? Because we need a place people are going to go. Much like I have personalityprompts.com, which at personalityprompts.com, you can put your name and email to get some free prompts. I'm giving you part of the whole, right? Like give them some good prompts or samples or something like that. Build a mailing list. And then when they're ready to sign up, that's where we have the actual program. And what the program is more of the prompts, right? So we're going through and I'm putting together all of the prompts that we need to build businesses in this members area. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, this was all researched and created with AI. I mean, even down to this page. That's it, right? And you could go through, and what I'm doing is I'm creating all the prompts in all the categories for people that want to make money online. And you just go here, copy the prompt, test it out, make it work. I practice what I preach. This is what we're doing. This is what I've done for a long time. This new business is making money right now. It is amazingly straightforward and simple. Now, is it easy? Does it promote itself in 5 minutes and you get rich overnight? Of course not. This takes work. It takes effort. Even those people on social media that are saying, oh, I'm making hundreds of thousands a month, it takes work. They got to promote the stuff. Even if it's like a slimy product or something that's not good, there's still work involved promoting it, which for me, I'm like, why not promote something good? Why not promote something that's going to help people rather than just take money and promise the world? So when we get website and hosting, you can go over to gohubsite.com. I have instructions on the hosting the way that I have it. We're going to set up a simple WordPress website on the front end. We're going to use a membership site on the back end. Now, when we go through, the reason we want website and hosting and the reason I show you how to do it here is we want to be able to upload an add-on, right? So I want to be able to take this and make it work. I'm going to show you exactly how this works in a straightforward way. Over here, let's say we have personality prompts like this. If I want to add to it, let's say I wanted to go through and say product development. So right now we have nothing in product development. And again, this is the reason I'm making them in TXT files. So if I go through and I go to my host and I go to that folder there, content, and then I go into, I think it was product development. Yep, product development, right like this. All I need to do is hit upload. I'm going to take these here. Obviously, make sure they're good and no junk is there. But I'm going to drag and drop that zip file right here onto my server. And then all I need to do is reload right over here. Extract, right like this, and then it'll extract all the new prompts to this folder. Now, I might need to move them because sometimes it makes its own folder like this. So I'll just go into the own folder. Looks like it made them in their own like this, so I would need to move them all one by one. Or I could ask Manus to put them in. But if I was to move them one by one, I'll just do select all, and then I'll do move, and I'll just move them to the root folder, which is digital products. And what'll happen, watch how cool this is. You just go here, boom, it'll start to list them as they come in. I think I put them in the right one. Let's see, up a level. Oh, there we go. I need to move them one more, right, like this. So we'll go through and do move, move. Where is it? There we go. And we'll just move them to product development. That's the one. And then once they're in product development, let's do select all, move, and we'll just move them to product development, right, like that. And then once they're in there, the script will actually recognize it. See, so now they're there and I'm like, oh, hey, check it out, ebook template, boom, there we go. Super simple. This is something where you can add to and make it. And if you had like a vision board one, what kind of prompts could you make for vision boards? What kind of worksheets can you make? Can you make a little software that helps them with it? Things like that where we're going through and really, really focusing on the market. It's not that hard to do. And then all I'm doing is using a script like Amember. Yes, Amember, which is like $150, and you own it forever. You got to get upgrades sometimes, but hardly, right? I have the same one I've had for years. But going through and understanding, we can make this with uploads and add-ons, marketing and list building. We can control all the upsells and the mailing list, multiple sites, multiple products, everything. And this is the kind of thing where if we double down and make it something really good, I mean, think about like all the people trying to do manifestation and law of attraction. Could they use AI to help them? Could you make prompts that would help them? Could you make audibles they can listen to and things like that? Now, step 5 is very important because this is the PITM principle, which is the product is the marketing. The product is the marketing. So if I want to market personality prompts, all I need to do is go out there and share all the things that I have. I can go and say, hey, here's a media kit template. Here's how this is going. Boom. Share it, share how it works. And I can break these down into simple little tips and tools in a very straightforward way. So if I was going to go through and say, let's do this eating journal, now make 100 social media hooks for these, curious, driven, right? And I already have a product to sell them. So I'm like, okay, hey, you want more of this? Go to my site, boom, there we go. Super simple, super easy, right? So when we see this, I didn't change my diet, I started tracking it and my anxiety dropped in a week. Obviously, when dealing with health stuff, don't deal with health stuff, but if you are gonna go and talk about like food, I would definitely disclaimer it and not have any claims or anything. Just talk about like, oh, here's how I track my food or something like that. I wouldn't say this helped this or whatever. Or if we go through and look at something like maybe relationships or whatever, law of attraction, now make 100 curious, driven, hook type social media posts. Boom, here we go. Now we have this and it's gonna do everything for us. Super specific, super straightforward. All you got to do is say, okay, now I'm going to post this and help people out. What this is about is helping people out, and the product is going to be the marketing. So when I do digital products, what I do is a mix, okay? I'm not just going to do like a PDF, right? I want to do a PDF and a software, or a PDF with prompts or something like that. Then next, I'm going to monetize this either by selling it or doing an affiliate program. If you don't want to sell your own product, you can give it away as a list. And then when you get your list, you would go through and you would sell affiliate products or whatever. Or you could build a list and sell your own product. Or you could do affiliate products while you're waiting to sell or build your own product. This is very straightforward. And what we want to look at is the difference between platforms and self-hosted. A lot of people are going to tell you to use School or maybe something like Stan Store or any of those platforms, which is okay. But what I'm asking myself is, are they doing me any favors by giving me traffic? 9 times out of 10, the answer is no. So why would I pay extra for something just to have it on their platform, which is going to dilute the value of my visitors? I want to keep them all on my platform. That's why Facebook wants to keep you on Facebook, because they know the value is keeping you on the platform. So instead of saying, hey, buy personality prompts and then go to School to access it, no, I keep you all on my site so that I keep you there and the money is made there with affiliate offers and all this other stuff. Very important that we look at this and understand it, because we're going to build this up and grow it. And to show you what this looks like, it's very, very straightforward. We are going to use AI to mine for gold. Maybe I could go out there and say, okay, let's go to Manus and say, maybe what are 100 prompts people, or let's say coaches or life coaches can use to promote themselves online. Now I'm in the life coach market. There's tons of them out there. They don't know how to promote themselves. I can make an entire membership area and digital product around what would help them. Now, this takes work. Like personality prompts, you might think, oh, he just went to Manus and made some prompts or whatever. No, this is thought out. We need to think about everything. think about it in a very, very specific way. Very important. Now, when this comes out, you're going to see what I mean. And then when it's done, I'm going to ask a follow-up like, okay, what other things would they want? Can I come up with email templates, different tools, different things they'd want, or samples of social media posts or videos or whatever? And then what's going to happen is I'm going to build an entire business around this, which is very, very straightforward. And then I could duplicate it to like, sports coaches, personal trainers, whatever it is. And starting to understand that building a digital product is about the market, not so much just building a product to make money. We need to understand the market in a super simple way. And that's where we're going to use AI to understand it. Again, always follow the rules, disclaimers. Remember that the vast majority make nothing. But when we understand this and we go through and we're like, oh, wait a minute, I can create really good stuff at bulk. I could go through and say, for people who need workout motivation, what are 100 things I can give them to help? Boom. This is going to direct the AI to something very, very specific. And what's going to happen is we're going to put workout motivation, got to spell it right. And you're going to see now, workout motivation, low competition, 5,500 searches a month. That's pretty solid. Can we make something, an app, a tool, a members area, a guide, something to print out and use? How could we do this? Now, looking over here, and you're going to see here, what format would you like? Okay, let's do TXT format. That way it's just simple. And then we'll go through and it's like, okay, boom, there we go. Now it's going to go through and get 100 things that would help them with workout motivation. And I have something based on what people search for. This is super straightforward. And I mean, we're in the day and age where you tack the word AI onto anything and people go nuts over it. And I doubt there's a workout motivation AI. Let's see, workout motivation AI. And I could start with prompts. So you got fitness AI, but nothing for workout motivation. Like literally nothing. Generate fitness motivation, workout images. That's not what we want. I mean, think about this. This is untapped. And this is something people want and something they need help with. I mean, are you guys starting to see this is about data-driven decisions? Now, again, remember, I'm not going to put this up and get rich overnight. We got to go through and understand, because this is about business, not hope and wish. This is about getting in there and building something that works. And then again, all I would need to do is post a bunch of things that help people get motivated for working out or whatever it is. Boom, now I'm in business. Again, the product is the marketing is super key. And when you understand that it really is as simple as making pages, I made this page in AI, and all I did was say, hey, make this page with my logo and make it so that whatever is in the folder will be picked up. And I mean, this is just game-changing stuff. And these are prompts that will literally help people with business. And Personality Prompts is actually doing really well. That's my latest business I've started, and it's doing insanely well. I would say start with something easy and basic, maybe law of attraction journal tips or prompts or whatever it is. Very, very, very straightforward, very key. We got to understand exactly how this works so that we could go through, build it up, and make money. Again, this is about building an actual business, thinking about what people want, using AI to get that data, fan it out, and understand everything in a real-world way so that we can build a business that actually works. If you want to get the 250 big list, check out AIProfitScoop.com. If you want the 250 prompts, check out personalityprompts.com. And as always, check the videos in the description, smash the like button so that you can get more videos from me teaching you real ways to make real businesses. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next training.